Welcome back to the Nikki Clarke Radio Show. The show is about transforming lives one story at a time. We invite people from all walks of life to come on and share their heart stories. And we're here to transform lives. We're here to uplift and to educate. And I'm so excited to introduce a wonderful person. She is an award-winning digital copywriter. She has she's part of the top 100 humor blogger. She's a columnist and a speaker. And this year she's releasing her book, Superwoman, a funny and reflective look at single motherhood. Please welcome Monda Andrei. How are you doing today, Mona?
Hi, Nikki. I'm fine. How are you doing?
Very good. Thank you so much. And again, Happy New Year to you.
Yes, 2020. Here we are.
Here we are. And I was sharing with a friend the other day that I don't think I could have even imagined the decade 2020 on the eve of the millennium of 2000 back in 1999. It just seems so far-reaching, but we're finally here, and so many people are optimistic about the future, and as am I. So really excited to have you here on the show, so thank you so much, Mona. And I wanted to ask you about your background. Tell us a little bit about how it all became into being a columnist and a writer. How did that start?
Well, I think I was practically born with a pen in my hand. I was always writing as a kid, and it just never went away. And there's a story from when I was a teenager when my math teacher called my mother to tell her that I was failing math because I wasn't paying attention in class. And my mother's response back then was, Mona's not failing math because she's not paying attention in class. She's failing because she's a writer. And it stopped me in my tracks. I was walking by her in the kitchen during the conversation, and I guess even though I loved writing, I never considered it as a career, and I guess it opened my eyes. It just made me realize that what I love to do is what I'm always going to love to do.
Absolutely. So writing was it for you, and what did you find yourself writing in those early years?
Stories. I would write short stories. I would write what I call head books. Other people call them journals. In fact, I still have all of them. There's 3 drawers in my in one of my cabinets that are just filled with handwriting from the 70s. Me writing just my thoughts. Sometimes it's complaining. Sometimes it's I love whatever.
Fantastic. Did any of your family members see your journals? Did that ever happen, or did you hide them really well?
I hid them really well, except that I'm pretty sure when my mother wasn't too sure about what was going on in my head, I'm pretty sure she would sneak peeks into them because we would be having dinner and she would be saying something like, so how's school going, or how's that your friend Bobby doing? And I'd be like, I never told you about my friend Bobby.
Where did she get that information?
Yeah, exactly.
Gotta put the journal in another location later on that day.
Yep.
Excellent. Well, so now you are in amazing platforms to engage with people regularly, like the blog, the column. How does that feel? What type of people are attracted to your blog?
Mostly women, but there are men too. But I find it's mostly women. I'm a single mother, so my book is about single motherhood. So I have people that are, I guess, people that are, I'm not going to say quirky, but have a sense of humor, people that I engage with them a lot, so I consider them my friends. Even there's people that I've never met in person, but that I've been, engaging with for years. So I guess that's mostly women. I guess I'm gonna leave it at that.
Mostly women. Okay. So now your book, Superwoman.
Mm-hmm.
I look at single mothers. What inspired you to write that? I know that you said that you're a single mother, but why that focus, and how do you think it's going to help the reader? What do you intend for the reader to learn from reading your book?
So my kids now are adults. And when I was a young single mother and alone, it was years of struggling for me. So I knew even back then that this was not going to be for nothing. There's no way that I'm, struggling financially, struggling emotionally. There's no way that I'm doing this in vain. So I had the idea of sharing my stories back then. So, and then a couple of, I guess it's about a year and a half ago, a publisher reached out and said that she liked my style of writing and do I have any ideas for a book? And I was like, yes, yes I do. So I wrote out the chapter outlines and the subjects that I wanted to write about. And so it's a memoir. It's funny and reflective in that, I laugh at myself a little bit like the blog, but I also try to encourage other single mothers. And my biggest, the thing that I resonate with the most is, and it's on one of my social media profiles, is the saddest thing in the world is forgotten potential. And I think that that's what I was going through when I was young and single and had these little kids to take care of, was that I was so focused on trying to, make ends meet that I was forgetting about who I was as a person, what I loved to do, and even to have a career choice. Back then, I was
Absolutely.
just, working to pay the bill. So I want to, through the book, I want to, express that to people, remind them of who they are. And in the end, what happens is that it's a win-win, right? You become you become happier in yourself because you're doing things that you love. You're a better parent, and also it's a win-win for your employer because you're better at your job. You take more pride in your job.
Absolutely, absolutely, and it's very true what you say about the experience of being a single mother, is that sometimes you find yourself in constant survival mode, and you forget important things like self-care because you're constantly nurturing, but you have to give back to yourself in order to, to replenish all those sources that you're giving away on a regular basis. You're handling the job of two people to maintain the household, so it's really important to have those reminders. And it happens quite frequently and unfortunately, but you can survive, and you're going to do really well through the experience. And I was a single mother as well, married young, and then found myself taking care of 3 kids sometimes on my own, and it was challenging. And I remember when we came out of it, it was like, boy, we learned some really important lessons about resilience and being able to persevere and to have a certain strength that we didn't know we had until we came on the other side. So I think that's wonderful for you to have this kind of book to help people who need that kind of encouragement.
We flourish, I think, through experiences like that. And the other important thing, too, is that we're so hard on ourselves. We feel guilt because we're not providing, that balance to our kids, and sometimes we get tired and we get frustrated and we yell at them and we resent them because they have all this homework to do, and that's okay. We're human. And yes, it sucks to be a parent sometimes. Like, I'm going to say it. Sometimes it's just you don't feel like it, but you're human.
You are human. You are human.
And you always, at the end of the day, you love your kids. At the end of the day, you do everything for them, and they do everything for you, and they make you who you are.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, this has been wonderful speaking with you, and I just wanted to ask you about your blog. What's the name of it, and where can people contact you if they wanted to read it or maybe to contribute towards it?
So the blog is moxiedude.com, MOXIE-DUDE.com. It's a personal blog. It's where I write about whatever. Sometimes I invite people to share their thoughts on whatever topic I'm writing. The tagline for it is It just escaped me. I'm having a blank because I'm thinking too much. Life updates gone wrong or right, I'm undecided, which is basically the human experience.
Wonderful, wonderful. And where can we get a copy of your book?
It's not out yet. It's being published by Kinrin Press, but I will definitely, I'll let you know. I'll let people know. My readers are already asking about it. So as soon as it's out and available, I will let people know.
Definitely. I want a signed copy, and then we'll follow. We'll follow up and find out where you're going to have your book signings and that, so we can meet with you and then get a copy of your book. So, Mona, where can people find you on social media? How can they connect with you?
So through my blog, and all my links are there. I'm also on LinkedIn under my name, Monda Andrei. They can, search me there. On Twitter, I'm on as Moxie Dude altogether. I'm on Facebook. I have a Facebook page for Moxie Dude as well. And Instagram under my name, Monda Andrei. So I'm pretty much everywhere. Just Google my name, and there I am. Okay,
excellent. Well, Mona, it's been such a pleasure speaking with you today. I am so appreciative of your time, and thank you so much for everything you're doing to contribute to the world. It's really inspiring, and I'm really looking forward to your book coming out, Superwoman, a funny, reflective look at single motherhood. And also, I want to thank you for a blog that you released on New Year's Day, and thank you for allowing me to be part of that about, the pros and cons, or what your feelings are about New Year's resolutions. Some people have reservations to it. Some people are all go and super excited about hitting new goals for 2020, and I'm one of those. And I'm looking forward to what 2020 is about to bring, and it sounds like you are too, Mona.
Absolutely. My pleasure on all these things. Thank you for having me on your show.
Oh, it's wonderful. Thank you so much. You've been listening to the Nikki Clarke Radio Show with our very special guest, Monda Andrei. She is a humor blogger, columnist, speaker, and releasing her new book, Superwoman. So thank you again, Mona, and look forward to connecting with you another time.
All the best for 2020.
All the best. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye for now.